Oh, that was cool. Is that a new intro?
Yeah, that is. That is. Thank you guys.
That was cool. Is that a new intro?
Yeah, I'm getting.
Yeah, that is.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I've got a window open. Hold on, guys.
Is that a new intro?
All right. Sorry about that. I had an extra window open, so I was hearing it in stereo. All right, guys. Welcome to the Actually Aubery He Says, She Says podcast. And we'd like to welcome Jeremy, and I'd like to welcome our special guest tonight, Kina.
Yes.
Hey, wait a minute. I have my applause ready. Hold on. Welcome, Kina, from this season's
Welcome,
Ready to
Kina.
Love Potomac. How are you tonight, Kina?
Good. I'm good. Drama Fridays. That's what they call it, right?
Yeah, owns drama weekend. It sure is, girl. What did you guys think? Any surprises tonight? What did you think about the conclusion tonight? I'm just kind of getting a brief, feeling of what you felt about it, and then we're gonna go ahead and go like from the beginning to the end.
I thought it was they expected for me. It was I expected it to be.
Yeah.
I agree.
Go ahead, Jeremy. Go ahead.
I was not the only thing I did not expect was Paul doing that to the key. I was like, hold up.
Yeah.
I thought like the girl do that first.
Thank you, and have a nice day. Yeah, I didn't think that was so gentlemanly of him.
But
go ahead.
I don't think that.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. I don't think.
Yes.
He was probably told to do it first. I would say that.
I felt that, Kina.
So
I absolutely felt it was production.
And so I'm sure that they both decided to probably choose each other. And I'm sure that and from what I believe that they said, okay, Paul, you go first and then the kid go. So
yeah. They do a lot of things. It seems like production does. Well, I don't know. It just seems from the viewer side of it, it seems like perhaps production does several things for, added drama effect, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, but anyway, we open up with what Uncle Nephew Tommy is calling a benediction brunch. And everybody is looking good. I mean, Carmen is Carmening with her her dress, her sexy outfit. And they're all happy to see one another. And Joy is talking about she's going to be leaving in a week.
Yeah.
What do you think about this effect with Kia? I mean, I'm sorry, Kia with oh gosh, I got a whole bunch of names running in my head. Somebody help me out here. Joy. What do you think about Joy? And this new thing that came up in the last couple of episodes, Kina, what do you think about Joy living half the year in another country?
I think it could be challenging, definitely, but I definitely think when two people are in love, distance doesn't matter. I think that they're willing to take that journey and see how it goes.
Yeah, that is true. I guess the situation, she was already apparently obligated.
I think that's the first time he knew it, so I think that, I think, they're filming for like months. So I'm sure he knew early on that she was going back to Mexico.
Okay. Jeremy, what are your thoughts on it?
I was just really confused on her, participation on the show. Then, I understand, you're looking for love, but if you're not, actually located in the Potomac area full time, then I don't know why you would, go on the show to find somebody that lives in Potomac.
Well, no one lives in Potomac.
Well, I mean, I think we mean those of us that live outside. I guess we mean the DMV area. Is that nobody really lives there?
No, I mean, yes. I mean, the DMV area. But I get what you're like. Why would you, come on the show? But I mean, hey, you have to be open for things. I guess she's probably like, I'm going to step out and try something new and see what happens. And she made a connection the first day and found her guy. I'm sure, she probably was a little reluctant as well, but
I mean, like, was she approached or did she audition? Like, how did this work?
I don't know.
So like,
I know most women. I know most of the men were approached. I do not know about the women.
Wow. So I thought that these people like signed. So all of y'all were just approached. Did they just randomly like hit y'all up in y'all like Instagram DMs?
Well, I don't know about the women. The most women that I do know did actually apply to get onto the show. Most of the men though were actually recruited and scouted. That's what I do know.
Okay, yeah, I see.
So
I've heard that, Kina.
I'm not sure about all the women, but most of the women I talked to, they did apply because they actually was looking for love.
So I guess my question is like, isn't that like kind of selfish, towards the person that you're building a connection with? Like, you sitting here making this connection with me for like 2 months and we're about to, head into something. And then you tell me, but I actually kind of live in, another country half of the year. So, yeah.
Well, I'm sure that, like I said, when you're on the show, you're talking to people every day. So I'm sure that was something that was said early on. And, I'm sure that they were like, probably like, okay, that doesn't mean nothing. Like, I want to see where this goes. I'm probably sure that, production just made it seem like it just happened those last 2 episodes. I'm sure Clifton already knew probably like episode 2.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah, I can bet that he already knew that. That was probably something that was already said, but production makes it seem like there's a bomb drop at like episode 8 or 9. Like, I'm sure he already knew that information because they were, as you can see, that they were already really connected. So she wouldn't have left that out.
Yeah, they did seem to be connected, Kina, to what you're saying. They seem to be connected, Joy and Clifton, like really from the first mixer.
Yep, from the first day. So I'm sure that was discussed very early on, and they decided to just see what happened.
Okay. All right. Well, so we move on to in the next scene, we see Carmen and her mom, her very, very, very attractive parents, her tall dad, who's a former Marine, and her lovely mom. And Donovan is coming in carrying a bouquet of flowers for her mom.
That was sweet. That was really sweet.
I thought so. Yeah, I thought it was really nice. He gave a nice handshake, a nice firm handshake to the dad, leaned over and gave the mother a kiss on the cheek, and then sat down to the table to begin the interrogation with her dad.
Ooh, that dad not playing. He was like, "Listen, I want the Marine game." He played no games. I was like, "Ooh, okay."
Yeah, he was really drilling, like, drilling Donovan. I was like, man, it's giving Mr. Major Pain. That's what it was really giving me.
Major Pain.
He's prior military, so he's like, he don't care. He didn't care about them cameras. He wanted to ask what he wanted to ask and to say.
Yeah, you know what? Oh, Naturally Von Lou. Hi there, Naturally, Little Hurdle, books for with Kimberly, and Monique King, and whoever that is lurking in the bushes that hasn't asked a question or said hello. But how you guys doing? Yeah, she says that she really enjoyed that scene and it seemed genuine. I thought so.
Yeah.
Cause you know what, Kina, and Jeremy, it reminded me of like when I was in high school. My dad didn't play. My dad was a former Army vet, and he didn't play. Guys came to my house to pick me up. They had to step inside that door and they had to meet the dad, shake his hand, sit down. He had to look at their license. He had to ask the right questions. And if they came up with the wrong answers, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
And
hey, look at who's in the house. Hey, Alex. I miss you. He says, hey guys, just popping in my head real quick. He's got family obligations this weekend. Okay, babe. All right, we'll talk later. So yeah, what did you think, Jeremy? What did you think of that scene with the dad and Donovan?
I really thought that the dad was asking a lot of good questions, especially when Donovan said, I promise. Like, he was like, but didn't you kind of break your vows though?
Oh yeah, about cheating. You talking about that cheating thing? Oh yeah.
Yes. And then the mama followed up. I don't know if she said this before or after. She was like, and I don't want Carmen to be in a relationship without no purpose. I wouldn't want that in either of guys.
She did say it all sweet and cute, like, and because she's a minister, so she said it so subtly, like, we're not gonna have that, baby.
She did. She like, mama wasn't playing. I was like, who knew? I mean, wait a minute now. Watching this whole season, nobody could have told me that Carmen's either one of her parents were in the ministry. You couldn't have told me that. Like with those dresses that she wears.
Oh,
yeah. I like, but honestly, her parents like standing next to each other and seeing their different personalities. I was then able to see like they mix together to make Carmen. Carmen exhibits like a lot of their behavior, especially the dad.
Dad, yeah,
right, yeah, I thought that too. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kina.
The outspokenness and being direct. I see that she probably got them traits from her dad.
Exactly, especially if he's a Marine. Oh yeah, they very to the point. Very to the point. Yes.
And is ex-military as well. So
who is
Carmen?
Right, Carmen is former Air Force. Right, right. Yeah, so she gets it from the dad, and then it got even amplified by her career in the military. You're right. Very good point. Well, how did you guys think Donovan did? I mean, how do you think he did? I mean, obviously, like he said, he was very forthright by telling the truth when her father asked him, well, how did your marriage end? And he told the truth and said that, he cheated.
I appreciated his honesty. I thought that he did a pretty good job. The only thing is that I didn't think that he gave a good answer when they asked about the whole, vow and promise thing. I was like, well, that don't really sound convincing, I was like,
intimidating question though, like,
right.
That's an intimidating question to ask and to answer.
I mean,
right.
I mean, in my opinion, I feel that, when you know your history that you came into the show having, you should automatically have been prepared to answer those questions effectively. That's what, like, it kind of felt that, he was shell-shocked.
Right. You know what? You bring up a very good point but see, you know what? I think in dating in this current 2022 rendition, I think we've really gotten away from basics, which is probably why people are struggling in relationships, struggling in dating, and even struggling sometimes in marriage, because we've gotten away from so many basics that our parents and our grandparents did. That's pretty basic for a man to ask another man. Like, for example, the question, what are your intentions with my daughter? That's a basic question. You should be prepared for that.
Yeah, but we don't, like you said, people are not taking their significant other to meet their dads right now, and their dad asking those type of questions. You rarely see that in 2022. So
you're right.
Like he probably was like, whoa. But again, I'm sure that Carmen probably told him, like, hey, my dad is ex-Marines. He doesn't play. He's going to have a lot of questions. My mom is a minister. So I think that's why he came with the flowers. And, he gave a stern handshake because, he was trying to give a good impression.
Yeah. So she did some preparation, but, you're right. It's up to the guy to to kind of have an understanding of what another man is going to ask. And see, that's the thing about it. I always say this all the time to women. Men peep other men. And if you really want to know a guy that you're seeing, if you really want to know what kind of man he really is, introduce him to an important male in your life, whether you have a father available, a father figure, a grandfather, an uncle, even your pastor of your church, if he's willing, because they will peep out who that real man is. And, you know, if he's fumbling and stuttering and can't answer questions and got a bad attitude, it's not right. It's probably something wrong with that.
But I do feel like he did I do feel like he did a pretty good job.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like, you know,
I definitely think so.
He did he did a really it was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we all, so it sounds like we're all in agreement, that Donovan did a good job, right? Yep. Thumbs up, guys. All right, thumbs up. Okay, let's get the sound machine. That's for you, Donovan. MVP on that one. So, and then we move forward, and the next date we have is we have Clifton meeting Joy's sister. Guys, what did you think? Kina, what did you think about Clifton meeting Joy's sister?
I thought it was good. It seemed a little rushed to me. In comparison to Donovan and Carmen. I think Donovan and Carmen's family date had a little bit more substance to me.
Okay. Yeah. We didn't get a whole lot out of I guess the biggest concern that Joy's sister had was, is he going to be able to handle her being away from the city, right?
I mean, that's just $1 million question. At this point.
Right. Jeremy, what were your thoughts?
I don't really know how to gauge if a person is, is ready for that or not, so it depends. I guess only time will tell. I wouldn't trust it, but
right. But I guess I'm asking more, what did you think in terms of just the overall date? But that's part of it though. So that part, do you think that he seemed very comfortable with the sister? I thought he did.
Yeah.
He did. He seemed he seemed really comfortable. It seemed like did they kind of know each other before this?
That's what I'm wondering, if they had already met. That's kind of my thought, but I could be wrong.
I've never heard that. Good point, but I've never heard that.
Oh, okay. Then they just had enough. You know what? Maybe it's like when he saw Joy the first day at the mixer. Maybe they just had a natural chemistry then.
Maybe.
Yeah. It really gives it up like they've known each other before. That's I think they may be soulmates if you're able to find somebody like that, so quickly,
Yeah, I mean, they might be soulmates. I agree with that, because like you said, they definitely had a strong connection, like they had a prior connection, so they might just be soulmates.
I'm wondering, I got a question unrelated to anything but fashion, because I noticed that it seemed like in this episode, people were just more snazzily dressed than any other episode that I saw outside of the original mixer. What did you guys think about, what was that? Maybe somebody could tell me this, because I'm old school, but what was that Clifton had on, almost like a kilt or a skirt of some type over his pants? Did you guys notice that at the date he had some kind of like a plaid?
He had a kilt on?
I mean, actually, not really a kilt per se, but it was something, I guess maybe a modern day version, or maybe even an African version of, a kilt. But it was some kind of skirt like thing for a guy. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? Oh, wow. I guess I'm the only one. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, wow, what is that?
When did he have that on?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was during the date. That was during the actual date with the sister, to meet Joy's sister.
Oh, I didn't peep that. Someone said that why does it look like he had a dress? He was dressed as a boy band.
As he was in, right. Why did Clifton looked like he was dressed as though he was in a boy band. Right, little hurdler. Can you tell me what that's called? I don't know if that was a skirt or apron. I couldn't make it out. Like I was just trying to really. Guys, go back and look at it. I know I'm not imagining things. I'm telling you, she saw it too. So I'm not the only one. I was kind of like when I saw him walking down the street, I was like, "What in the heck?"
I'm gonna have to fact check this. I can't imagine Clifton skirt.
I mean, it's. But wait a minute now. Okay, so don't. When I say skirt, okay, like I said, I called it a kilt. I don't know what the proper name is, Kina, but it like, clearly was not just pants.
With the pants, like an Irish kilt.
Well, yeah, it was. It was like he had pants on, okay, but he had a skirt-like item over those pants. I'm telling you guys, go back and look.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I thought maybe somebody might have saw it, but okay, I guess me and Lil Hurler are the only ones. All I saw was a black turtleneck and a trench coat. No, but that's the last scene, Monique. The last scene, he has that trench coat, that beige trench coat on. That's the last scene. But we're talking about on the date with Joy and her sister. That's what I'm talking about right now.
Oh, wait a minute, like hold on. They say it was a lumberjack shirt tied around his waist.
Okay.
You guys do that?
Maybe
I only see women wearing fanny wraps. I've never really seen a guy wearing a fanny wrap.
Girl, not a fanny wrap.
That's what they call them. I've never seen a dude do that, but okay, knock yourself out. It's 2022, and I'm out of touch.
Miss Aubery, I did not catch
that. Wait a minute. Oh, she says it was a lumberjack shirt around his. Oh, okay, but he had a jacket on, so I don't understand why the jacket and the.
Well, you know that flannel get hot. Maybe it got hot.
Oh, and he took it off.
And he took it.
Okay. Right. Yeah, because by the time they're filming this, you guys started filming when in August, September.
Yep. So that that probably was November at the end. That's like November.
Okay, yeah, because I see everybody pretty much has a jacket on, so it was chilly out. But okay, all right, I'm moving on from that question. I enjoyed him meeting the sister. That's all I have to say on that. And if he wants to wear a fanny wrap, knock yourself out. It's a neutral society that we're living in. So.
I've never heard of that term before.
Yeah, when you take your like they said, when you take your shirt or your hoodie and you take and tie it around your waist, a woman ties it around her waist, it's like a fanny wrap.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, but so the next date we have Dakia and Clifton, and Clifton introduces Dakia introduces Clifton. Keep saying Clifton introduces Paul to her mom, and her mom, like I'm sitting there looking like, wait a minute, that's your mom? I thought that was her sister.
Her mom looks good.
She looked darn good, okay. And I think that was her. Was that her brother also?
Yep, that was her brother.
Her brother. Okay, Kina, go. What are your thoughts on that date?
I thought like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
I was gonna say, like, I thought that it was a little bit awkward for me. I didn't feel any type of connection between Dakia and Paul at that dinner, and it's crazy because Dakia's mom and her, they look like siblings.
Yeah, they do.
I know. They look good. Her mom looks so good.
Yeah. Her mom looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Paul and the Kia thing was just kind of like, after that date, it was just the writing was on the wall. Like, okay, we're just going to fizzle this on out. There's just, it was a late connection. It was just too late of a connection.
It really doesn't feel like Paul was really interested in her, more so rather than trying to get to the end. That's what it kind of felt like. And like, it's really funny that Tommy was questioning him about this connection. He was like, since when did you like the kid? And
Right.
I feel like he should have self-eliminated last episode. That would have been more efficient because he knew he didn't want her.
But you also got to remember that production, they have to have a show. So they don't want all these people self-eliminating as well. So
You know what? You said nothing but a word, Kina. You said nothing but a word. That makes a lot of sense.
I
yeah.
mean, but then why did Tommy, question Paul and was like, it was really skeptical about the connection. Like he didn't believe it. Like when he didn't, like when he be encouraging it, like.
I mean, really, Tommy comes on set at the last minute. So he's just getting briefed, like what's going on. And then it's like lights, camera, action, So I don't know if he really knew or what, or he just found out. But at the end of the day, I can tell you that, production had enough of the self-elimination at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's what I thought too. I agree with you, Kina. It was too many people all at once toward the end had eliminated. You had Sabrina, Demetrius, Tina. I mean, you had a bunch of people. So like, who's gonna be left for a show?
yeah, I mean, it ruins the integrity of the show if you just, people start self-eliminating. So, let's just try to find a connection at this point.
Right. Yeah. And Books with Kimberly is agreeing with you, Kina. She says, right. I can see production begging them both to stay for that ending. Yeah. Just to give it some kind of pizzazz and some drama at the end to see, like they give us in the highlights the week before. 3 couples go in, but only 2 come out. So, like who's going to not come out? And we kind of have a clue that it's going to be them, but at least it gives you that kind of that drama, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't feel like that gave us any drama. Like it was nothing that we got from that. Like
a little bit. I have to disagree with you, Jeremy. I mean, it's always like I was telling the story earlier. I actually thought they were going to pull a curveball and do something different with all of that, but I was wrong. But it turned out to be what we thought it was going to be. But sometimes just the question mark behind it is still, that's some drama.
I mean, yeah, that is true as well.
Or tension. Maybe the word. Maybe I'm using the wrong word. I will say maybe. Kina, would you say tension? Maybe some dramatic tension. Maybe
for what?
When you have a question like, okay, like he was saying about Paul should have self-eliminated, but you were saying that so many people had already eliminated, and what I was saying, I guess my question is to you is, I think it adds dramatic tension in a scene and in an episode if we don't know what's going to happen. But if those 2 couples weren't there, there would really be no question.
Right. I mean, there will be, you gotta have some type of element of surprise, at the end of the day, it's still TV. So
yeah.
So if
Jeremy, you know how that goes. They got to give us something. They can't just.
I mean, yeah. Look, like, do you see Monique King's comment? She said, "For show, all for show." Tori just said the only time they see Tommy is for deliberation and pool parties. and then wait, he asked everybody, "I've been here with y'all the whole time, right?"
Wait a minute. Okay.
The last minute. So I mean, he comes in at the last minute. So I mean, he probably coming in, and he's getting briefed and like, oh shoot, Paul and them together. What the hell? Oh, how you know? He's just as shocked as everyone else.
Right. Well, think about it. Go back, guys, and think about how that situation with Tina developed. Okay, that situation with Tina, they had to come up with a whole lot of little like, oh, he's waiting for her to come, and she stood him up, and blah blah blah. They had to kind of piece that together because otherwise, it just really wasn't making sense to the audience out here in viewer land.
But I do like that Paul and Dakia did choose themselves. I wish they probably would have had Dakia say it first, but I can bet my dollar that production had Paul say it first. But I am glad that they did choose themselves because it was a late connection, and it'd have been better if they probably would have made that connection early on. But
right.
They just wasn't in the cards at the time because they is a great catch. But it just wasn't a lot of time. So I think that them choosing each other was a fair choice.
Right, choosing themselves. Yeah, I agree with you. I actually kind of like you and Paul together, Kina. Is that an option?
Paul was one of my favorites, honestly. Paul was definitely one of my favorites. If I would have stayed on the show, I definitely would have, he would have been my top connection.
Well, now that you're not on the show, why can't he still be your connection?
Well, I'm not looking for love from anybody on the show, honey.
Okay. All right. Hey, smack me back in my place. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Paul, that's my, we're great friends. We talk all the time.
Okay.
We're great friends, talk all the time. But he, if I was on the show, I definitely would have tried to make a connection there.
Oh,
we definitely had a strong vibe. He was definitely like my type, tall, older. That's like my type.
Right. And Little Hurdler says, yeah, they need us to tune in, so they need a cliffhanger, just like the soap operas. Getting back to that dramatic tension, I think I was trying to call it. I don't know if that's the correct, TV term or writer's term, but that's what I'm just calling it for the lack of.
It's always three couples at the end. So if they would have had if Paul and the kid would have self-eliminated, this would have been the first season where they only would have had two couples. That's not Ready to Love way. It's always three.
Right. So we needed them to kind of stick it in there since Sabrina and Demetrius bounced on us. Jeremy, what are your thoughts about that? What we're talking about?
I guess it just kind of feels inorganic. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, because I just feel that they should have been gone. I didn't see how Paul made it this far.
You sticking with your story, aren't you?
Yeah, like I'm saying, I just don't even know how Paul got this far. I blame Precious.
Oh my Lord, why? What Precious got to do with it?
Right.
Because Precious was the one that saved him. They were going to eliminate him before Precious really, put it out there that she really felt that he was a viable candidate.
They were never going to eliminate Paul.
No, that's what I saw early on. I told somebody else that. Come on now.
He made the show.
He did?
I mean, yeah, people wanted to see what else was he going to say.
We did?
Yes, Paul was good TV.
I'm sorry, wait, hold on, Keita, let me get this out. Okay.
Paul was good TV. Was he not good TV? Everyone was talking about
it. He was this season. He was this season's Camille.
I guess I wasn't thinking about it like that. For me, it was Carmen. It was Carmen joining Dakia to me that made the show.
Yes, but
okay.
I mean, yes, for the female, for the females, but on the male end of the spectrum, Paul was always pushing the buttons, asking the tough questions. Getting down, making kind of asking questions people didn't want to answer. So they're going to keep somebody like that on the show.
I mean,
that's it. I mean, think about last season. How long? What was it? Corey, how long he stayed on the show? And we kept saying he needs to be gone like yesterday, but they kept him around because he was comical.
I mean, I just don't see
Corey. I don't think Paul was comical, but he was,
well, no, he wasn't comical in the same way that Corey was. And Corey was just kind of also, just my opinion, kind of corny. Paul started off as really harsh and abrasive, but as the season went on, he softened up and we saw more of his, I guess you say inner workings, but he was still considered abrasive and he was like the underdog. Let me just put it that way. I think Paul was the underdog, and a lot of times people root for the underdog. So there's that part too.
I mean, did he soften up or did he just just tell everybody what they wanted to hear because he didn't want to get eliminated?
I think he softened. I think he did soften up because he was like the voice of reason. When you talk to Paul, there's that's not a 5-minute conversation. that's he has to take you through the process, and it's a long conversation. So, it's a lot.
And like, I'm just saying, like, I guess to me the funniest thing was him telling Dakia that he chooses himself.
I'm telling you, I didn't like that. Okay, but I know that wasn't. They made him say it first because they both decided to choose each other. Because she's in agreement, like, yes, I choose myself too. So I'm sure that was something that was already discussed. But production being production, they're like, okay, Paul, we're gonna have you go ahead and say it first, which is kind of wild to me, because y'all
they didn't want him to be too gentlemanly. That's the way I saw it. I noticed something else, and this is just me again. I'm old school. When earlier in this episode, when Paul and Dakia were leaving the benediction brunch, as Tommy called it, Paul was walking on the inside of the street by the building, leaving Dakia unprotected by the curbside. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I was like, wow.
Everything. I didn't peep that.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm old school. A lot of people just like, it's like, women nowadays, some of them, they don't allow men to open doors, all of that stuff. I'm old school. I'm sorry. That's just me. I'm old school.
And I understand that, that maybe production put him up to it, but I'm just saying that it was really like he was telling Dakia, like, I found the inner strength in me. like it was like a Tyler Perry like movie. I was like, this is not.
You guys, wait a minute. I was gonna stop you. You guys are having so much fun. But wait a minute. Okay, I don't want us to miss this. We missed the whole scene where okay, so now Joy and Clifton meet up again one-on-one without her sister, and they're talking about her leaving. What did you guys think about that moment when she got very emotional with Clifton and he went over and comforted her? What did you guys, Kina, what did you think about that?
I think it was a very vulnerable moment. They are in love, and she doesn't want to leave, but she gotta leave because her job is there. She's probably have a contract and she gotta go, but she doesn't want to go, and that's scary because you're going into something of the unknown. You love this man, and now you have to leave, and you done fell in love, and now you have to leave. So that is an emotional moment.
Yeah. I love the way Clifton, I mean, you know what, if you didn't like Clifton before now, which I did, I really did, I always liked Clifton, but I really liked him in that moment when he reaches his hand across the table and then he gets up and he comes and sits next to her and holds her. I was like, yeah, that's the kind of man I need.
Yeah.
Jeremy, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I thought it was really good. I guess I'm just wondering how this is gonna work, starting off like a relationship like this, long distance. Like, how would, like, how are you gonna like make sure you build that connection to where he has that much self-control to stop doing something, with somebody else. And then the same thing can go for her as well. Like, you don't have that, like, that commitment, like, longevity.
Yeah.
You ever been in a long relationship?
Yeah, I tried that. It didn't go well. Like, it felt like it was gonna go well, but like, actually not having the person physically there when you need them is kind of, stifling.
It's tough. How long did it last, if you don't mind me asking, Jeremy? If it's too personal, that's okay.
About 1.5 years.
Oh wow, that's a long time for a long distance relationship. Wow. Yeah, I had a long distance relationship, and the weird thing about it was we did really well because he was in Indiana. I'm in Michigan. I'm in Detroit, Michigan, right? And we were like 3 hours away. He was in Fort Wayne, and we were up and down the road, taking turns, spending holidays together with each other's family. And then he literally moved here to like, he was like maybe 30 minutes away, right here in Metro Detroit. And we actually got farther apart when he moved here. It was the craziest thing.
What? That's crazy.
It's like we actually got farther apart. Like we saw each other less and less and less. And it just like, I don't know. I don't know why that was, but I guess maybe we weren't ready for it or what the next step was, or, you know, because it kind of seemed like since he moved here, it kind of seemed like we were looking at maybe, you know, talking about marriage, but I don't think either one of us was ready. You know, I mean, so but anyway, okay, so guys, now we get to the decision day. What did you guys think about the fashions? I gotta talk about these fashions now because people have actually gotten dressed up. Carmen's got on her blue peacock dress, and Donovan's got on a whole entire suit. What do you guys think? Come on, I can't be the only one that noticed that peacock dress she had on with her breast breasting.
I mean, can I just start off with this? Joy has been dressing like she does not want to be on the show since she's been on the show. Like, besides the first episode when it was the green dress, you know, it just didn't. She just been wearing anything.
I think that's her style. She's an artist, you know. You know, she's laid back. You know, I think that's just really her style. Honestly.
Yeah, I kind of got that too, Kina. I mean, I'm not mad at her. I'm a comfortable person too. Like, I like to wear fashions and clothes that are comfortable to me at this stage of my life. But I do get to Jeremy's point, though. I kind of do get that. Like, I think people, us in the audience as viewers, sometimes we kind of look at it because it's our guilty pleasure treat on the weekends on Friday night, right? So we kind of hope that maybe we might, because Carmen, let's talk about Carmen, get back to Carmen in that peacock dress. But Carmen all season, since she came on the scene, Carmen was about the fashions. Am I right, Jeremy?
She was about the fashions.
Yeah, I mean, about dressing. She really cared about her. Well, I would say she cared about her style. You know, like the fur coat that she wore at the retreat. I mean, she had some very unique. Even though a lot of
that fur was nice. I like that fur.
I mean, a lot of her dresses were what they call it. Kina, you can help me with this. What they call it? Freakum dresses.
Yes. She definitely wore dresses that were complimentary to her body.
Yes. Somebody said, naturally Von Lucy, what fashions? I don't know. I thought Carmen was fashionable. I thought Dakia wore very nice clothes. What did you think, Jeremy?
I think Dakia is very fashionable. Very stylish, you know, very polished. You know.
Yes, very polished.
I think so. Very stylish, very polished. You know, always came in with a nice bag, nice shoe, nice dress. I don't know if I say this. Let me stop.
If you get like,
everybody's got their style. Now go ahead, Kina. You can say what is it? What is it you wanted to say?
I mean, like maybe for me it was like, you know, when Carmen wore that, like, you know, that denim red and white, she was kind of looking like a can of Pepsi. It was really, you know,
a can of Pepsi. Which person are you talking about, Jeremy?
Carmen.
I'm turning my camera off. I can't deal with y'all. I would not have my facial expression.
Mark the time.
Hell no.
Mark the time. The time is 44 minutes and 42 seconds into the podcast.
Y'all get another subject. This was not the fashion segment. I have no comment.
Okay. I understand. That's understood. That is understood. We're gonna move on. I'm sorry. I had to ask, and I'm not honestly. Kina, understand, I am not shady like that. I'm really not. I really want
you shady. No, you ain't shady. This Jeremy is shady.
No,
Okay. Put the T on top, okay? Put the cherry on top. I had to turn my camera off one more time because y'all shady.
yeah, Jeremy's a little shady. You're right about that. Jeremy, stop being shady. We're gonna move on from the clothing, and we're just gonna talk about what actually happened. Okay, so guys, go. We're talking about Carmen and Donovan. Donovan has flowers. He has a question, and did he surprise anybody with his question and his declaration of that he chose her?
Like it it really was, it was really dramatic for me.
Like, you gotta stop laughing, Jeremy, so you can talk.
I know. I'm saying it was really dramatic. Like, but I thought that, everything he said sounded nice, but
it did. I thought it sounded romantic.
It's just been such a short amount of time, I guess. I didn't expect that. I thought like he would just say, let's choose each other and let's see where this could go. At first I thought he was about to ask her to marry him.
No, come on. No,
I really thought that's where it's about to go.
Well, you know what? He did make it sound like I've got something I want to ask you. Huh?
They got shady in these comments.
Girl, you know what? Stop reading the comments, Kina. Come on now. You know how this goes. Kina, get out the comment section. Let the comment section be the comment section. It's like the sidekick to the show, okay? Oh, Lord. Kina. Okay, you want to talk about the kiss? Donovan, or several kisses, Donovan and Carmen. I mean, like they actually gave us tongue.
Nope.
She don't want to talk about the kiss.
She's funny. She's funny.
Oh my Lord. Jeremy, help me out. Did you see all that tongue that Carmen was giving Donovan?
Yes, it was like,
I thought it was a little cringy. I'm sorry, because I was down with the first 2-3 kisses. but that fourth and fifth kiss with the tongue, I was like, no, sir. No, ma'am. I don't need to know that about your mouth. I don't really want to know.
Oh, yeah, that kiss, honey child, was a lot. I mean, it was hot and wet, and
I think hot and wet.
First kiss that we've had like that on Rated Love. That was like,
yeah. What a person used to say, soft and wet.
It was definitely wet. I was like, wow. It was a lot of tongue. It was just a lot.
It really was. I was like, wow, is this still PG-13 rated TV? What's going on here?
Friday, you heard it. Okay. Ain't nothing teaching about drama filled.
Jeremy, come on, talk to us. You've been quiet. Come on, talk.
Okay, it's just none of this seems like, realistic. It just all seems so forced. That's why I was saying that whole speech that Donovan gave. I was like, you've only known her just for a few weeks. It's not like you've been in this whole process with her like that. And you had other connections, and like you only picked her because, Sabrina was playing games, because you really wanted to take her seriously. But I'm saying, like, they do seem like they're a good pair, but I just think that it's like he's match.
Go
He
ahead.
just
I'm sorry.
throwing a little gas on it. He's gassing it a little bit. Like, let's
You
just
think
say,
so? When you
yeah.
say, okay, again, so now when you say he's gassing it, what does that really mean?
I feel like he doesn't feel the deep feelings for Carmen like that yet.
Well, I don't know. Again, I guess I'm not saying, I don't take it that he's saying that he's in love with her or he's falling in love with her. But right now, it's simply a connection. And I think, Jeremy, maybe because of the age gap. So when you're in your 20s versus when you're in your 30s versus when you're in your 40s, and when you get to where I am, when you're in your 50s, I think I think what happens is people are excited to just find somebody that they genuinely connect with the older we get, right? Because it becomes typically, I think for most people, it becomes rare and rare to find one person that you really connect with. And I think I get what you're saying, Jeremy. I think it happened by happenstance, right? It was by default. But what a lot of people don't realize is sometimes by default, that may be when you find your person, because the two of them actually have more in common than the women that he thought he was attracted to.
Yeah, that is true as well.
Do y'all think that it was too early on? Like you're saying, so there's a time limit on when you should kiss someone like that if you feeling them?
Oh no!
No.
Hey, Kina, I'm for the kiss. I'm for the kiss. I was just trying to explain to Jeremy because he was saying that he felt that Donovan was gassing up Carmen, and I kind of disagree with that because I feel like Donovan is allowing himself to feel what he feels in the moment, and I think they both are. That's what I see. What do you see, Kina?
Okay.
I'm gonna have to put markers on this video for every time you go behind. Kina was doing so well. We just keep driving her back behind the avatar. Jeremy, can you say something and not send Kina back behind the covers? Come on now.
I didn't say anything though.
Oh, it was me. I'm sorry.
But yeah, like I don't know if I have full belief that this is like really legit. Like like I'm questioning some things, but
I don't know. Again, I'm just saying from my experience, guys, I just see two people that like each other and have a sexual, physical chemistry. Because can we all go back to, okay, what was it, just 2 weeks ago or so? At least on our TV screens, they were at the retreat and they were getting in the bunk beds together, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I definitely think they definitely have a connection. I definitely think that, just like the Kia and Paul, it was a late connection. Let me just use this real quick. It was a late connection, but they made more of a, had a bond clearly. And I think they, they are going through the journey and trying to find love. So, we all have to be tuned in, but they are together. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, because if you guys have watched my IG lives over here, right here on my YouTube channel, well, no, I do have one with them. It's a short, and there's no sound to it because their sound was messing up some kind of way. So I put a musical track over it, but you can clearly see that they're together. So,
So, I mean, there's no time limit on it. There's no time limit on it. Donovan, he chose Carmen. He chose to part ways with Sabrina. And clearly that was obviously the right choice for him.
Yeah. Sabrina, she turned out to be kind of she chose herself. I'm gonna say it that way. She chose herself. Little Hurdler says, but they may have talked on the phone. So we may have to give Carmen and Donovan the benefit of the doubt. Well, that's what I'm saying, Little Hurdler. I don't know. Jeremy doesn't seem to get it.
The phone. That's why these connections become very strong, because people are making connections outside of what you guys see just on TV. It's a lot of connections being had over the phone.
Okay, that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah. And that's something that we won't see on TV because they're not filming a telephone conversation, right?
Yeah.
No.
Right. So, Jeremy, maybe that helps you just a little bit.
I
But
guess,
I
yeah, it
like
does.
Donovan and Carmen together better than Donovan and Sabrina. Actually, I do
We like
like.
anybody other than Sabrina. It will always be somebody else and then Sabrina. I'm sorry. Like you know, at
You
this
are a
point,
mess.
like
You
it just
are incorrigible, Jeremy. You just driving our guests behind the scenes. Oh my goodness. Stop it, Jeremy. I should have warned you about Jeremy Kina. I'm sorry.
Lord,
He's
no.
our resident funny person. He's very quick-witted and he's just so funny. Oh, by the way, guys, all our viewers, Jeremy Speaks is Jeremy's own channel. Go over there, subscribe, watch his videos, catch his live. Are you going live after this tonight?
oh no, not tonight.
Not tonight. Too late. Too late.
Mhm.
Okay, guys. Well, moving on along. Now we get to Dakia and Paul. Kina, what are your thoughts on
I think
Paul choosing himself?
we said it already.
Yeah.
I think they both. That was the best choice for both of them to choose themselves, and I
Yeah.
wasn't mad at it. I just wish that the kid said it first. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. Like I really do. It was like Paul was like, the Kia. I've been searching in myself, and I've had some things that I found. I found strength, and I choose me, and that's
So
what it was really like.
is this where we insert the violin sounds right here, Jeremy?
Yeah. I was like, this is so dramatic. I was like, why do you? I wouldn't have even said. I would have been like, but the key. I really want to hear what you got to say. I would have like right before I had to say my decision. I would have like alley-ooped it to the kid or something. Like it just really gave like like a Tyler Perry play, like a Diary Mad Black Woman. Like I found the strength in myself. It was I don't know. It made me feel uncomfortable. Like it felt like you were like he was like let me hurry up and break up with her first before she break up with me. like I beat you to it.
But I mean, Paul. That's how Paul talks. Like all his conversations are like that.
I mean,
yeah, he's kind of he's another person that's a creative, right? Because he's a music producer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he does bring that. He does bring that to his conversations. I see what you're saying, Kina.
I just wish that the Kia would have said it first. But now I'm like, production is so funny. I wouldn't bet that like last season Sabrina chose herself first. So now they want to reverse the roles. Like because they do stuff like that.
Oh, right. You know what? I have seen that pattern in another season. That's a very good point.
So we got woman choose her first last season. Now we're gonna let the man go first this season. It doesn't make sense why, why Dakia didn't say it first.
Right. You're right. Mm-hmm. And guys, if you're in the chat or if you're at home on your sofa, in your bed watching this, can I ask you a favor? Why don't you go ahead and hit that like button? Just click that like button one time for me, all right? It just helps with the algorithm. It helps with the channel. It helps the growth. And I want to thank you guys, all my subscribers, longtime subscribers, new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Aubery, I want to thank you. What's that?
Somebody said that Phil and Sydney had a wet kiss too. I don't remember their kiss.
Wasn't it on the day they had their decision last season?
And they said that was a wet kiss.
Oh no, wait a minute. Or was it the first kiss they had, like when he decided to leave Shiloh for Sydney, when they were at the bar sitting there, and she said, what did she say to him? She said, "Oh, wet my whistle."
Yeah, seems like they had a lot of kisses, a lot of wet ones.
They had more than one kiss, right? And they were looking pretty wet too. But I still didn't see tongue though. I didn't see no tongue now.
You didn't see any tongue? There was no tongue There was no tongue.
I'm not saying they didn't exchange and touch tongue, but what I'm saying is the camera angle and how they did it, we didn't see it.
Camera angle was like right there, like, oh.
Yeah, because when Carmen tonight, when Carmen and Donovan, like I saw like all 32 of her teeth. I saw all 32. I saw her gums. I saw everything. I'm like,
I can't.
Yeah. I felt like a dental hygienist.
It was definitely a kiss of passion.
Yes, very much so.
A very kiss of passion. Like, wow. I wasn't.
Wait a minute, little her look at me cracking up over here. She says I was ready to hit the theme song for Mahogany. Read that for me, Jeremy. If you cannot read it without laughing, I'm sorry.
Do you know where you're going to? Oh, shit.
Damn, y'all, I'm sorry. Dang, I can't.
I have never. This is all Jeremy's fault, I swear. I'm gonna read this little Hurley. I'm gonna get through this. I was ready to hear the theme from Mahogany when Paul started talking. Do you know where you're going to? Okay, little Hurley, I can't. I'm sorry. I tried. I tried. I did my best. But and then of course we gotta talk about it. There's Joy and Clifton, and they meet in this beautiful winery. Like it's so scenic and so picturesque. Guys, what do you have to say about their meeting and their decision?
I thought it was cute. He did the little circle me if yes. I thought that was cute. I thought it was cute.
I did too. I thought it was very cute. Jeremy?
I thought it was
really. By the way, I thought Clifton looked great. He looked so handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that, it was a good location. I thought the setup was really nice. I thought that, they both, for the most part, look nice. But, I wasn't surprised, but it really does seem like they have like some type of intense chemistry. So you can definitely see how organic it is. So, I wish them the best,
Yeah, I do too. Well, you know what I'm looking forward to, guys. Did you catch any of that? The reunion clips? The reunion looks intense.
Ooh, that was Love and Hip Hop. Okay.
What?
Yeah, that was on.
Wait a minute, did you say Love and Hip Hop?
Very much.
Who is Jocelyn Hernandez?
Oh yeah, well, was it like Zeus Network?
Oh, it was very Zeusy up in there, okay?
Ooh, I cannot wait, girl. You gotta come back.
Y'all is not about to have me over here. Hell nah. Y'all in Shady Boots. Shady Boots what? Shady Boots 2.
Y'all got a new name, Shady Boots. That's these people in the chat. They're being shady, like little Herds are talking about those boots. I didn't say anything about anybody's boots. I think she's saying, because didn't Joy have on some boots at the end with her little tight black knit dress when she met Clifton? Did she have on some little booties? No, seriously. I think she did. Okay, so like the next week for the reunion.
The reunion.
Like, what is going on? Laverne is fussing. People are fussing at each other. What's going on in the clips that we saw?
Everything that unraveled, because you gotta realize that now people are just seeing this for the first time. So now people are just seeing these back clips, and you gotta also take in consideration that this is February. That was aired. We shot that in February. So
okay.
Apps, people have said things. People have seen the show and seen the people talking and saying stuff. So now people, got things. Now people are upset and a little irritated, and it comes out in the worst.
Oh wow!
In the worst way.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, y'all saw it's a juicy reunion. I think did it best. Drama filled Fridays.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it because it's been some episodes. It's been a little bit of a snooze fest, to be honest now. So I'm here for the reunion. I'm all about that reunion. Okay. Yeah. I already have some advanced tea, but I can't spill it though. I can't spill the tea that I got.
Do like
you got some tea?
Oh girl, yeah, we done had about what? You came through here, not saying that was you, because it really wasn't, but we had some other people come through here. You know how Alex and I do.
Ooh.
Got some tea, but if somebody tell me something in confidence, I'm very good. I'll go to my grave with that confidence, okay? Trust and believe.
Yes, but yeah, y'all have to stay tuned for the reunion. It is definitely a lot that's going to transpire, and people are going to really, like I said, we're watching it for the first time.
Right.
So my question is this: like, blink twice if the men rally together, to check Sabrina.
We can't even see if she gonna blink. She done put her. Oh Lord, Jeremy.
Blink twice is the man what?
If the men all band together to hold Sabrina accountable.
Ooh, that's a good one right there. That's a good question.
She definitely has a segment. But I don't really see. Sabrina did the process. Honestly, the process is to date Precious moves that. Oh Lord.
Don't close out. Okay, let me take that off the screen. Okay, sorry. I don't know what they say until I hit the button because I'm nearsighted. I have to get it up on the screen to read it.
But I lost that. That took me out. I honestly lost my train of thought. I don't even know after that comment.
What?
Little hurdle. Stop being shady.
Jeremy, ask the question again. You were asking a good question, and Kina was about to answer. Can you say it again, please? Hello, Jeremy.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now. Yes.
Okay, I was saying that I was asking. I kind of forgot. That comment threw me off too. I ain't gonna lie.
Guys, stay on task. You were saying something about Sabrina being held accountable, right?
Oh yeah, but if all the men have some type of issue with it, I think it surpasses her doing the process. So I feel like that she was leading some of the people on. I would imagine that they would approach her about it or say something.
I think that there's a segment that they definitely they had some things they wanted to address. You saw on the preview where Sabrina's basically saying addressing it.
Right. So they are going to hold her accountable. That's what I hear you saying, basically, right?
Yeah.
But what are they holding her accountable for?
I mean, I shouldn't say accountable.
What did she do? And what did she do?
No. I shouldn't say. Okay, so I'm using phrasing that I just heard. So let me back up. They're asking her about her process. Let me say it that way. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I do see what you're saying about her the way she was moving and how she went through the process. I do see that. But I think that I'm going to say this though too, Kina. I'm going to be fair. I think that as viewers, many of us kind of look at it and we just kind of had to wonder. I mean, we don't know because only God knows her heart, but it kind of almost felt like to us as viewers that she wanted Demetrius to chase after her. And then toward the end, when he was like ready to kind of get into her and do whatever, it seemed like she just decided that she didn't want anybody. That's what it kind of seems like. So I don't know.
I would say she was probably exhausted.
Okay.
But she was the one who was trying to juggle all of these men. The men were the ones who was trying to get her to narrow it down. Like, so she was the one that kept it on going. And she kept on saying, you know, I don't have to make a decision right now.
I got to ask you this. Huh?
I'll say, go ahead.
Okay, I just have to ask you. So when you say she was keeping it going, clarify for Kina and for myself what you exactly mean by that.
That multiple times throughout the season, the men gave her the opportunity to make a decision to narrow it down without, you know, it being anything, you know, shady. They was like, you know, I like, just be honest with me. And she said that she didn't want to make that decision, that she wanted to like go through the process. So I'm saying that, you know, she was for the main part to me was choosing the men. Like all of the men seemed to like, you know, be attracted to Sabrina in some way, shape, or form. And she chose those specific three to enter into this. And then, like I'm saying, it's a difference between when you're doing the process and when you're being like, you know, honest about it versus, you know, like playing mind games. Like how did, you know, 24 hours pass and, you know, yesterday I was your number one. Now you're telling me that today it's somebody else and then you're nibbling on his ear in front of me. It makes me feel like not only do you not respect the connection that we have, but you don't even like, you know, respect me, you know, while I'm here. Like I feel like it's a way to have, you know, some common, you know, decency when it comes to the connections, you know, when they're in front of each other at least.
Yeah. I don't have any comment on that, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna find out more for sure. Looks like coming up on next week and the following, because it's a 2-part reunion, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll find out more, and like I said, I'm there for it. Kina, you gotta come back, aren't you?
I guess I have to now.
You have to, girl. You have to. You have to come back.
I would definitely be back. Y'all are funny as hell. Y'all.
and our chatters are Shady Boots. That's gonna be our new nickname, guys. Shady Boots chat.
Y'all are funny.
Well, we don't want to keep you past the appointed time. We know you have family, you have a daughter, you have lots of things going on. We want to thank you for your time, Kina. Thank you for being such a gracious person and so lovely. We want to thank you, and we really do hope that you'll come back next Friday at the same time. Or tell us when you are available. We're gonna schedule this around your time.
So I'll talk to you in the chat. I gotta look. I feel like I got something going on, but we'll talk because I definitely want to come back and kick it with y'all again.
Okay, because if you're not available to do it directly on Friday evening, maybe we can take care of it on Saturday, the next day. Okay, but Jeremy. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Did you have anything else you wanted to share with how our viewers can reach you on Instagram or what have you not?
I only have a Twitter. It's Jeremy Speaks 702. And like just my YouTube channel, like it's Jeremy Speaks.
Jeremy Speaks. Yep, he's at Jeremy Speaks.
Huh? Are you on Instagram, Jeremy?
No, like not anymore. Not for right now. But like I'll be making one pretty soon.
Okay.
You
Just
have to, Kina, if you love good reviews, you have to go over and check out his channel. I'm telling you, you'll be like amazed. But I will warn you, it is not like my channel. It is not PG-13. So you're gonna hear some words, girl. You're gonna hear all the words.
I already know. That's why he hiding behind that avatar. I gotta get me an avatar for this
No,
next episode.
like
I
go
gotta
with
get me
no.
an avatar. Y'all
I'm
got
not.
me up here with all my facial expressions. I
No,
gotta
isn't it
get
like
me an
no?
Get you an avatar, girl. Knock yourself out. That's what I say. Be you if you want to be, girl. Because I be having. Look, let me tell you something. Last night, I gotta tell you this real quick because you can go check this out yourself if you haven't already seen it. You know, Tori was here last night in the house, right? Tori got to talking about intimate relations. Go ahead, pull your thing because you ain't gonna want to cover your face. But anyway, when you hear what Tori had to say, girl, I was like, I was over here fanning myself. He had me so hot and moist. I was like, OMG, you gotta stop talking. You know, you 20 years too young for me. But if I could go back in time, I would be in the DMV right now.
Yeah, Tori has a lot that he is very aggravated and agitated with the network. So he is putting them on notice.
Yeah, and I think I get it too. I think I get it. Well, we're gonna get into it maybe next time because I do, on a real serious note, I do have some concerns for you guys, seriously, and how you've been treated and what was available, not available to you. So maybe we can have a separate conversation about that, okay? If it's okay, and if it's not, that's fine too. You know, my co-host.
We're at the end of the show now. Ain't another show. Shit, it's over now.
She said that. Okay. She said that NDA is up.
Hey. It's done. Done is done. What y'all gonna do now?
We're gonna have to talk again. We're gonna have to talk. You guys heard it here first with our lovely and ravishing guest, the beautiful Kina, also known as Cookie on IG. Jeremy Speaks on the YouTube streets is Jeremy Speaks, and I am actually Aubery. And guys, we're gonna say goodnight. Kina, I'm gonna drop you out now, okay?
All right, good night, guys. Bye.
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 Jeremy, you got anything else you want to say?
You guys, I had so much fun tonight. I'm not even gonna hold you. Kina funny.
What did a blast? Somebody said, "Oh, not moist." Yeah, honey, still get moist. Ooh, I mean, you got to listen to it naturally. I think, weren't you here last night in the house naturally? I got so caught up in what Tori was saying. I don't even remember who was here. All I know is I'm just glad I was here interviewing him because that young man in that shirt he had on last night in them locks.
Oh, Miss Aubery.
Well, guys, I gotta tell you, I can't tell you right now, but stay tuned in the morning. I'm gonna drop who our next guest from RTL coming in the house on Monday. And on Tuesday, we got exclusive with somebody that has never been interviewed before from this season's cast, and they're gonna spill all the piping hot tea. Y'all better come back on Monday at 7 now. I'm gonna let you find out on tomorrow morning who it is, who the two people are. So stay tuned, okay? All right, we out of this joint. Bye.
Bye.